boy, everybody, look at the time. It's 11 p.m. You know what that means? It's time for the next hurricane advisory on isosolies. And isosolies is still a tropical storm. Good. Let the sucker die. Still at 70 miles per hour. What are you going to do? Are you going to be a hurricane again for like the 20th time? Will you just make up your mind? Oh boy. It's coming my way. Boop. It's coming. I mean, they got hurricane watches and shit out. What's it going to do? Is it going to become a hurricane again? But seriously, I still refuse to call it by its name. Like, what kind of name is that? That is really lame. Like, why would someone call someone that? Like, can someone tell me what name the language this name derives from, please? Oh boy, let's look up the 2020 hurricane season. I'm here. Oh boy, what do we want to do? Let's do Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is the best source ever. Hannah, 90 miles per hour. Oh boy. Well, first we're going to critique Arthur. I give Arthur credit. He is one of the earliest storms to form. One of the earliest, not the earliest. And I remember Arthur because Arthur was gay. 2014 Arthur was better. 2014 Arthur was a lot better. It was a category Q. This Arthur sucked. And why is it spelled like Arthur? Why is it not author? Come on. Come on, NHC. Next we got Bertha. The last thing I knew that was named Bertha, it got totaled. Every time this name happens, it's a tropical storm. So that just goes to show that this is just a weak-ass name. Weak. I still give it props for forming before the hurricane season started. Next we got Crystal Ball. It's Crystal Ball. It's a crystal ball. Okay. I give props to this because of my video, Tropical Depression Re. I give it that Tropical Depression Re. I did a pretty good re in my opinion, but seriously. Crystal Ball. Funny, if it actually went that way, it would have been named Amanda. It kind of shows you the gender gap between us hurricanes. After beating the record set by Tropical Storm Colleen? Caller? Wait, I don't get it. What kind of name is that? What kind of name is that? And then Dolly. Dolly was a depressing tropical storm. I was very disappointed in Dolly. I'm not gonna lie. I have never been disappointed in a tropical storm as much as Dolly of this year. Like, design-wise, that looks so subtropical. Like, it's so, like, it looks organized right here, but on the outskirts, like here and here, it has those winding, gapping holes like subtropicals have. You know. Hold on. like, we're gonna get some help from Google Image. Like, subtropical. That's subtropical, according to Google Image. Here's another version of subtropical. Subtropical. Or, well, that's extratropical. Let's see. What else? Subtropical storm Anna. A sad lump of clouds. You know what's a sad lump of clouds? Dolly. No, Dolly's not a sad lump of clouds. Dolly is a depressing lump of clouds. I look at this and I get so depressed. Like, why couldn't you just stay a tropical depression? Why did you have to form into something? Stay depressed. Jeez. Oh boy, it's Ed Boy. Hello, Ed Boy. Ed Boy. Egg Boy. Ed Boy was a sad tropical storm too. It was not that strong. And it formed on the 4th of July. I had a crappy 4th of July, but that's not the point of this. Edward? Somebody help me. Is it Edward or Edward? Like, how do you properly pronounce the name? Is it like one of those kind of things like tomato, tomato? Clyde, do you know? But seriously. Edward? I mean, I give it to him. He was an extra. Very much an extra. The day after he formed, he became extra. And then Faye. I think Faye is a cute storm. Faye was subtropical. I have nothing against subtropicals. But I like Faye. Like, that's pretty, and you can start to see the developing of an eye. I liked Faye, but I am gonna critique. It should have actually came up into Virginia, so I could at least experience some tropical rain. But now, I got a bigger problem coming my way. Oh boy, Gonzalo. I've never met someone named Gonzalo. Is it Mexican? Spanish? Is that the same thing? I don't know. Gonzalo was little teeny. He's small. Throughout the day with an eye wall under a central dense overcast. And little hints of an eye developing. Yeah, I can see it right there. Little tiny dog looks like an eye is trying to form. It makes sense. And then Hannah. I applaud Hannah because Gonzalo, I'm not gonna lie, when Hannah formed, I thought it was just gonna stay a little tropical storm. To be honest. Hannah is one of the brightest stars of this season so far. I didn't like how she formed. She's there, she's gone. She is the reason why I'm so disappointed in Gonzalo, because I thought Gonzalo was going to be a hurricane. Because I remember looking at those forecast tracks at some point, and it was like, oh, there's a potential it could be a hurricane. I'm like, oh boy, first hurricane of the season. But Hannah actually really outdid herself, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of sad that she didn't make it to a Category 2, but she was very close. Next up, we have isosolies. Ew. Look at it. It's isosolies. Ew. Ew. It's isosolies. Nobody likes you, isosolies. I mean, nobody can even pronounce your name. Nobody can pronounce your name. And you're sitting there contemplating if you want to be a hurricane again or not. I mean, my God. I mean, look, we got hurricane watches, tropical storm warnings, tropical storm watches, storm surge warnings, storm surge watch, and hurricane local statements. Oh, God. And here we are, the gayest of all storms. 10. Fuck 10. I hate 10. I hate 10 with a passion. Just as much as I hate isosceles. Because I remember tracking this thing, and it constantly be jumping back between 30% chance of formation, 50% chance of formation. And I'm just sitting here like, look, are you going to form or not? And then at night when I check the advisory before, like, I can't remember if it was the 8 p.m. or the 11 p.m. and it's like, oh, it's at a 50% chance. And then I check the next advisory, and then out of nowhere it's a tropical depression, and I'm like, whoa, what in the world? I mean, what kind of crack was the Hurricane Center on when they decided this to be a tropical depression? What kind of crack were they on? Second of all, I remember looking at the paths of this when it first formed. It's like, oh, there's a potential it could be a tropical wrong. Just stop. Just stop. But it looks like we got a nice little friend out in the Atlantic. That looks like it might be Josephine. And I mean, I'll take it. It might be Josephine. A tropical depression could form by the middle of this week. I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, Josephine at least is a somewhat normal name. Out of these weird-ass names. I'll take it. I want it to be a hurricane, though. I want all these storms to be a hurricane. I mean, we are ahead. We're ahead in name-wise in 2005, but intensity-wise, we are behind. Unlike most hurricane seasons at this point. But, like, I give overall this season so far, I give it an F. Intensity-wise. Because, I mean, all the way up till Hannah, it was all tropical storms. All tropical storms. All these were tropical storms. And then Hannah just sporadically happened. But name-wise and storm building-wise, it gets an A+, because 2005 was one of the most active seasons. And right now, name-wise, at this point in 2005, we would not be getting ready for Josephine. I mean, there's still a potential that I won't be Josephine, but I would like to try and keep it on the brighter side of things, but the name list this year definitely gets an F. I mean, what in the world are these names? Like, seriously.